Hey guys, I thought I'd bring you something different today. This is a siege battle. Now, obviously, as you can see here, it's already been attacked a few times and they've got a great big huge hole in the wall. So, yeah, not looking good from as far as they're concerned. They've got, let's see, 12-pound foot artillery on the right. And they've got Ulans and various bits and bobs, so not really much we can see at the moment. Now, the smart part of me would say get artillery on this hill as soon as possible, or on this hill, because high ground, advantage for the artillery, blah 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 blah. So let's see how I go organising my troops, although obviously I use the word organise with a very little o. So let's see. Yep, chasseurs on the right, and the battle is underway. So, obviously what it is I'm not moving my troops around that much, but what I will be doing is getting my artillery into a position that I want them to be in, so, because I couldn't move beyond this line, essentially. So there's the 6-pound foot artillery, moving very slowly because they're going up a hill. So it's just a matter of time. So let's see what kind of forces they've got at the fort. So, nice standard square fort there. I was going to say very well defended and resistant to fire until you see that great big huge hole there. But to be honest, I'd rather reduce it to rubble if I can. So there's the armed citizenry guarding the walls, as you can see, along with German fusiliers and basic cannon fire from these walls. So you can see reasonable amount, along with you can see German fusiliers inside, armed citizenry, etc, etc. So let's see what's going on. As you can see here, still got the chasseurs out on the far left hand side. You'll have the dragoons out on the far right, and some 6-pound foot artillery over here. So you can see here all these troops all making their way up, and also you can see more troops. Napoleon, Bonaparte. Yeah, so those guys will be going for that hill. So what we're going to do is we're just going to speed this up while we wait for everybody to move into position. As you can see, it's like the M25 on a bank holiday. It's just people crisscrossing and stuff like that. One thing I have tended to do recently with respect to micromanagement is use the shift button to set them waypoints so they follow a particular route. Now obviously what I'm going to be doing is putting these guys out here so they can hide, so entrance or anybody come out here, I can dive in that direction. So let's see what happens as the RT is slowly making its move up towards this hill. Now obviously what I've decided to do is deploy some of these RTs and take pot shots at the enemy, as we're now moving the troops down into the front line to defend the RT that is on the hill. And you've got this RT now who've obviously decided to deploy. Why I've deployed them there I couldn't tell you, but they can now fire into that wall, I'm guessing, so that gives them options. At the same time as this artillery is now starting to move into position. So you can see here a nice good line at the front of where the artillery is.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Yeah. So more classic shooting there by Chad, as my artillery fires through its own men. So yeah, this is early on in the game, so yeah, I don't get any better, unfortunately. So see, look, done it again. Sacred blue, not good. They're only revolutionaries, so serves them right for revolting, the bastards. So you can see now I've got the chasseurs over here in hidden cover by the trees, and grenadiers of the line making their way up. So there we go, finally moving those poor bastards out of firing range. Now, not sure why they're there, not sure what they can actually see, but never mind. Okay. So hopefully, I would say, over the course of time, I get better at doing these battles. because, to be honest, I can't get much worse. Oh God, it's painful to watch. Now that I look back at it, I'm just thinking, what the hell was I doing? What are you doing? Oh my God, are you an idiot? And obviously clearly I am. So we've got the troops now moving towards. So we've got that National Guard there who's defending this hill that the artillery never made it to, because they decided to deploy there. God only knows why. And you can see this artillery who's decided to deploy on the side of a hill, when in fact they could deploy at the top of a hill. Ugh. Utterly, utterly terrible. Anyway, if I can do as much damage to these troops as I can and these troops in here, then I'll have less troops to deal with for these guys, which will be beneficial as far as I'm concerned. Now, I don't get why they're standing there and not taking out that. But hey-ho, as is not to reason why, as is but to do and die. So you can see there, damage indestructible. I think not. So let's see. More troops moving into position. What I might need to do is just do a battle for you guys and record it live so you can mock me for my thinking at the time, because I can't for the life of me imagine what I was thinking when I was doing this battle. It's just like, how am I not noticing that these guys are there, and that these guys are here, and that these guys are here, and that my general is taking fire from cannons directly in front of him? Just wow. Oh well. So, right, okay, so what we've got now is you've got these chasseurs who are making their way up to the edge of the wall here and will no doubt rappel up. There we go. So they're rappelling up, as you can see. And they will make their ways up onto the wall here. And moving as quickly as they can, and then we got somebody up on the wall.
Our men are running, sir.
Of course our men are running, you bloody fool. Fucking so. Anyway. To be honest, I'm wondering if I should actually show you this, because it is slightly embarrassing, but never mind. Anyway. This is all part of the fun of Christmas Battle Week. You get to see pitched battles, bad generalship, and you get to mock me for an entire week. So how can you not? How can you pass up a chance like that? I mean, really. I know I wouldn't. Anyway. So the general is leaving for obvious reasons, as he's lost most of his guard. And let's see. We are now looking at a bit of fire coming in. There we go. I'm not sure what they're doing. I don't think they know what they're doing either. So you can see now troops slowly moving in. And let's just move it forward. Oh, a bit slow down there. There we go. So you can see now the French guys are starting to move in. But they're not firing back, which is excellent, against these guys who are now firing at them. So, fortunately, some of these Fusiliers have cheesed it because of the fire that they're taking on the walls, as you can see. This is currently the standard position for a 77Y cadet, in case you were wondering, as we are watching these troops now moving up towards one of the walls, as these chasseurs are now kind of essentially walking into death. So let's forward wind this a little bit. Let's see how it goes. Another line of grenadiers making their way up to support them. You've got these guys also now moving up probably to that hole in the wall. The artillery is still in their dumbass position. But you've got these nice line infantry guys who are over on the right flank. You've got these guys sneaking around. German.
Our men are running, sir.
Of course they are. Pretty much everyone's dead, that's why. So out come the Austrians into the line of fire of these guys. So what I'm trying to do is basically get a half circle so they can focus fire in like that. So let's see what happens. There we go. Loads of fire coming in. There we go. So now moving these guys over. These guys here. So there's your half circle or sort of square effect. So this becomes a complete killing ground. Anybody who tries to come out here. So if we forward wind that on a little bit. See? Yeah, not looking good for these guys. Not looking good at all. Obviously they're going to go toe to toe with those fellas, but there we go, they've broken now. And they're also now going to be shot at as they run away. Just to add insult to injury. No, maybe not. So move these guys in just a little bit closer, tighten up the formations as these guys run into my line infantry and fusiliers over here and end up essentially getting butchered by bayonets. No, don't run, don't. No. Oh. You can run. Don't run, don't run. I won't hurt you, I promise. So, more Frenchmen making their way in. Grenadiers of the line up against an awful lot of Austrians who have got them pinned in, which is never good. So, bad generalship by Chadman here, as usual. Charging them into the battle. So, I'm not sure if this is part of the Italian campaign or just a general battle. We'll have to see. So we've now got revolutionary infantry moving into the breach. Once more onto the breach, dear friends. As they will now obviously move in and try and do some kind of damage. As the French there now under fire. There we go. So revolutionary infantry. They are now staying there, moving in. And I think, yep, there we go. We've set these guys up to go up the side of the wall so they can fire down on the wall. From there, so let's see where this revolutionary infantry goes as well. Will they follow the same route?
Our men are running, sir.
Yeah, let's see who those are. Yeah, that's hardly unexpected. You walk into the middle of a fort where the enemy are. Of course, they're going to run. So now, according to this, I've just captured the gatehouse, which is this area here. So that's good because then I've opened up that gate. I can get loads of troops in there. So let's see what happens as now the Austrians come pouring out into these guys. Now some of these guys are running, so there's my grenadiers of the line running past the revolutionary infantry who are holding off as many people as they can. These German fusiliers are charging forward. There's their commander there. There we go, he's in there and he's pretty much dead already. So yeah, he's like the Austrian equivalent of Ast here. Charging into bullety death and sword fighting. So now you can see these guys who are just walking past here and getting into a fight with the fusiliers of the line and the German fusiliers. So lots of fusing going on, and you can see these guys not being used at all, just kind of standing there and holding their dicks, I suppose you could say. So this is probably one of the first battles I fought, I think. So it's not what I would call pretty. So, armed citizenry deciding to cheese it. Let's see. Or are they going to try and sneak up here? No, they're not. Let's see. So, you've got the French up here. Here we are, up here, dealing with this lot. They're doing alright. They're starting to break the German fusiliers. As at the same time as you've got the dragoons dealing with that area. Now, the thing is, the smart play would have been to get some troops in here, open that, get the dragoons in, or maybe even at the back here where there's not many defences, you could have actually got in some troops, got some troops around here, taken this, and then attack from in front and behind. So we'll have to see. However, large amounts of fusiliers and revolutionary infantry are now moving up into the breach area, and they will probably now support their friends and comrades in arms as the revolutionary infantry is now moving back. You've got more of these guys, the armed citizenry, over on the left hand side. So let's see what happens. Let's speed things up a little bit as I've just lost the gatehouse because I've just moved those guys away from it. So you can see those guys now moving down into the central square. Armed citizenry now making their way out, and I decide to bring in the dragoons from hiding by that particular area there, riding through all their teammates. Lovely, wonderful. How they're incapable of riding around these people. I don't get it. It must be the AI, the derpy AI. Difficult to say. So, let's send in the dragoons, send in the clowns. So the dragoons, who will be basically wading through this river of body, as you can see. Rivers and rivers and rivers of bodies. And this poor sod who's right in the middle of them. There we go. The unstoppable force versus the immovable object. So we're now pushing with the dragoons in, with these guys guarding their back. However, they're being fired at by these guys. And I'm paying no attention whatsoever. Wow. Just amazing. So you've got these guys now also engaging that armed citizenry. So the National Guard there is taking some pot shots at these fellas, which is still pretty good. You've got the dragoons who are trying to push in here, along with revolutionary infantry. So they're doing a good job, actually. Now they're going up against the Uhlans. So yeah, a river of corpses, wading knee deep in corpses. Lovely stuff. You see, they're now backing off, so I can send in my dragoons, possibly, yeah, over to the right hand side, maybe charge back in there, send more troops in. We've still got the armed citizenry now up on that wall, and I really need to do something about that bunch there and there. Now, obviously, smart thinking would say, go there, and then fire there, and then all the rest of it. But we'll see. I may not have been thinking that smart at the time, I have to say. So, why is there a conga line of horses? Okay, so they've all broken. So they finally broke under fire, which is good. And we're watching these guys do something. I have no idea what they think they're doing. See, this is just... Oh. Taking pot shots at these fellows. I think it's fair to say they might be abandoning the fort at any moment. I don't know what kind of formation this is by the dragoons. I've never seen this kind of formation before. Okay. What's going on over here? Wow. Indecisive infantry. There you go. I lost 803, but I killed 1,200 of them. So that wasn't too bad. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.